oh my life, he's amazing. I had a chat with traffic lights earlier and somebody was just like, oh. And then... So we heard a couple of voices through the trees then. Just picking some dandelions for my tortoises. In my job I feel incredibly privileged. So it's not very often I get one-to-ones with Congo, the Cane Corso, sitting right here with me. Is it Congo? And we've been out this morning with other dogs and my two dogs as well to the dog park. And now we're on our own. So we're going to have a little walk together and enjoy each other's company. Come along for the ride. As always, I've got myself a coffee. I'd probably save a lot of money if I didn't drink so much coffee, wouldn't I? But it is my one downfall. So we're at a local wildlife area which is called Cymbeline Meadows. You might have seen in my past videos that I've been here before. And this is a working farm owned by Colchester Borough Council. It's an area of peaceful countryside in the heart of Colchester, where you can enjoy quiet walks through a variety of wildlife habits, including grazing meadows, arable fields, hedgerows, woodland and other meandering picturesque along the River Cane. So we're going to head down to the River Cane now. And they've laid this footpath last year to make it a little bit better when the wet weather's here. So you can start by parking up here. That holds about 4 cars in that space there and a couple more down the road where we're parked. And it's generally okay to park here. Sometimes it can be a little bit full up, but there's some room further down the road as well if you need to, and then you can walk up here. Congo always starts the walk with a nice sniff. Picks up on all the dogs that have come through here today and over the other days. So what can I tell you about the Cane Corso? Some people call it the Cane Corso. It's actually Cane Corso Italian Mastiff, and they're obviously an Italian originated breed coming right back from the Roman times. So over 2,000 years old these guys were bred. And let me just get a better zoom on you for you there. And they were bred as they were Roman dogs of war, so they were used as a guardian breed, and they went into battle with their troops, with the Romans. They are also a brilliant companion dog. They become totally in love with their owner to the point where they protect them through anything. So they're also a guardian breed. That's their main use nowadays, is guardian breed and a companion like as a pet. They've also been used as to herd livestock in the past as well. They're incredibly agile, even though they generally weigh about 55 to 65 kilograms. Congo here is 85 kilograms, so he's a lot bigger than some. But they're incredibly agile. When they run, they're really quick. So to be a livestock herding animal as well is incredible, really. But yeah, fearless dogs, very calm temperament generally. If they don't like something, they let you know. They're quite stubborn. Relatively easy to train. If you're quite a strong owner, you can train them relatively well. They do listen to you. Just a wonderful dog to be around, really, for a big dog. Downside to having one, they slobber so much. Are you actually going to look at the camera today, mister? Must be. This is obviously the entrance to the walk, so there's so many dogs that come through here. He's loving it. But yeah, the slobber is the massive downside. I mean, when he's sitting behind me in the car, if he gets hot and bothered and he starts to slobber, or if he fancies some food, you know, like a treat, and he slobbers, you end up with it all over your shoulder, all over the headrest of the car, and all down the side of the car as well, and the windows. But hey, it all wipes off, doesn't it? There you go, there's a bit of slobber now. It's quite interesting when you're out on a walk. You get kind of two reactions to a big dog, and I totally understand it. You get the oh my life, he's amazing. Which we get when we're in the car as well, when we're going along. He has his head out the window a little bit. You get people taking photos. And just, I had a chat with traffic lights earlier, and somebody was just like, oh, and their daughter was in the passenger seat, and they were sort of just couldn't believe him, so how amazing he looked and everything. And then you got the people that are literally fearful. So there's not a lot of in between ground really. It's either one way or the other. Mostly it's positive. Most people are just fascinated that he's so big, and they want to approach him. He's not over keen on meeting strangers. That's another thing with the Cane Corso. They do become ultra loyal to the people they love, which is me as his dog walker, and I helped train him when he was young as well, and also to his owner. So we're the two people in his life really, mainly. So I do try and take him out as much as possible to socialise him and to get him to know other people, get him to meet. I mean, he's brilliant with other dogs because he goes out on dog walks with multiples with me. So he's amazing with other dogs, no issues there at all. But people, when he was younger, he had a few people run up to him and really run at him, all excited. A few children did it and things like that, and it made him jump. And once that fear is instilled into a dog, you've just got to work and work and work at it, just gradually socialising them to noises, sounds, reactions from people until they desensitise again. So he's only 2 years old, so we just work on that, and we just tell people not to come too close, let him get to know them. And then once he does know them, he's got, you know, people I know that come over to him and love him. My family love him, and there's no issues at all. So just bear that in mind if you are going to get a Cane Corso, that they are incredibly loyal to you and aren't that bothered about anybody else really. So it's down to us to socialise them really. But yeah, I just had a lady a minute ago with her little dog, and she was quite wary, but she could see how gentle he was with this older little dog, and it was fine. Come. Good boy. So putting little bits of training in like that really helps. So I put him into a sit, and then I backed away from him, and then I let him come to me, and I could give him the command come. And little tiny training things like that always help. Knows where he is. There's a little drop in for the river so he can go and dip his feet. So open the gate. Might be tricky with one hand, hold on a minute. There we go. There we go. Funny to see him out on his own, because normally the others are here, so he's got sort of others to run around with, but he's actually quite just enjoying his time out really. Oh, you needed that, didn't you? Hey, need little drinkies. This river here is incredibly fresh. It comes from a natural spring, so don't mind the dogs getting in here and having a little paddle and a drink. It's not a problem. As you can see, it's very clear. And this is they built this little bit here for the cattle. When cattle come into the fields to graze, they put all these fences and barbed wire up, which is a shame really for the dog walkers, but they can open that gate, let the cattle come down here and then into the water to do it. But they were worrying about the river because the cattle were spending so much time in there, it was starting to pollute it. But it's been cattle free for a couple of years now, so it's incredibly fresh river now, really good. There he is. You enjoying yourself? Put it on a wider angle because he's such a big boy. I can't keep him in the camera shot for very long. There he goes, having a little paddle. Very nice, very nice. Good boy. Is that nice? Oh, you're enjoying that, aren't you? Dogs have got a lot of glands in their feet. It's where they sweat from. So to step into cold water must feel so lovely for them if they're feeling a bit warm on a day like today. We've got a lovely cool breeze today, but it just must feel so nice to paddle. We all love the water, don't we? And it's no different for our dogs. Congo, what's this? Just throwing him a stone so he can have a little wade in. So this is where the guardian instincts come in. There's somebody on the other side of the river walking their dog, and straight away he knows. They sense it so well, Cane Corsos. Even when you haven't sensed it yourself, they know, and then they just stand and watch, which could be quite daunting for some people, I'd imagine, because having a dog this size just staring at you, it's quite intimidating. And now he's quite relaxed. They've gone past, so he's quite happy to come back out again. Not your kid. Congo, Congo. Yuck. I had some slobber on my hand. If you watch a Cane Corso's body language, they are always in protection mode. So even when you think they're chilled, I mean, he has these really goofy times, don't get me wrong, but even when you think that they're not, they're always looking around, checking out the area. Shut the gate. Oh, it's hard to shut that one. Yeah, they're always checking out the area, surveying what's going on, taking in the scents, sounds, sights. They're incredibly switched on. And they don't look it, because they've got that docile look. They don't look like they are, but they really are. So Congo was rescued from Battersea Dogs Home, and when he was 10 weeks old, his owner went to see him, and he was put there from 6 weeks old, so he's basically dumped there as a very young puppy, too young really to be away from the mum. And his owner adopted him from 10 weeks old, and I was lucky enough to get to know him from about the age of 3 months, maybe 4 months old. So I've known him for most of his life. Haven't I, mister? I did find it fascinating that Battersea Dogs Home would release a Cane Corso to someone who'd never had a dog before, who his owner is now, which is a real strange thing to do, because I think they're a dog that needs to go to someone who's got experience of handling dogs, especially larger breeds, and really knowing what you're dealing with, what traits you're dealing with, because they're they're a big dog. So I was very surprised when she told me that story, but it's worked out amazingly well anyway, because she adores him, he adores her, and he's got a good life, a really good life. Now you'll never find a Cane Corso that far away from you, because they're the guardian breed that they are. They'll always stay within your vicinity, watching out for you basically. He will always walk behind us, slightly to like within about a couple of feet he'll stay behind, or now and again like he is now, he's just gone ahead of me by just a couple of feet. So he'll never be that far away, but he is generally a follower, which you need in a big dog. You don't want a big dog pulling you around everywhere, especially when they're on lead. So to have them balanced, have their energy levels down by a decent walk every day is really important. If you own a dog like this and you don't take it out very much, you tend to find that they go a bit stir crazy, and that's when you can get behaviour issues come in. But if you keep a dog well exercised, well trained, always work at training, and loved, that's the most important one as well, that they're really loved and part of the family, then you'll always have a great Cane Corso in your life. So he heard a couple of voices through the trees then, and I don't know if you saw that, he straight away went into front of me. So he went from being relaxed behind me to standing at guard now in front of me, surveilling the area. It's incredible, they're such a tuned in dog, it's unbelievable. They really are, and he's watching around where he heard them from. He seems quite relaxed now, but he stayed ahead of me a little bit. Good boy. So what are the pros and cons of having a large breed Cane Corso? Well, let's start with the pros, because that's always a nice way to do it, and we'll end with them as well. So the pros are, they're an incredibly loyal, beautiful dog. They will never let you down. They'll guard your house, guaranteed. They're loving, they're kind. They can't sit on your lap very well, it hurts, I can assure you, when you've got 85 kilos pressing down on your knees, but they'll try. They love to play, they love to walk with you, they love the companionship of being with someone, especially the one that they absolutely adore. So pros are just beautiful really, as always. The cons, first one I'll probably say is slobber. They slobber a lot, so a lot comes out of those big long jowls of theirs. So be prepared if you have one that you'd have to cover your furniture over and wash your floors every day. And also your walls as well, because they do slobber, especially when food's involved. They just salivate so quickly and it comes out as this kind of congealed slobber. Cost of keeping one is obviously high. The insurance for a bigger dog is going to be higher because of the costs if they have to go to the vet. Feeding them is obviously expensive, relatively expensive. You can buy the big bags of kibble, mix that with raw food or a wet meat, and but yeah, obviously they're going to eat much larger quantities than a medium or small dog, so bear that in mind. Space. Now I've known people that have had a Cane Corso and lived in a flat, and I don't think that's particularly ideal, but if it works for you, it works. It just means you've got to take them out of the flat to do their toilet training and everything, and but I'd say you need at least a garden, which would really help to let them out for a wee and things like that, and a downstairs area of a house, whether it be a bungalow or a little house or whatever. They don't need obviously the space you think they might need, because they move about like we do, don't they? But yeah, car wise they do take up a lot of space. As you can see, I've only got a Dacia Sandero and he takes up the whole back seat. I can squeeze another dog in next to him on the other side just about, because he's very accommodating. He'll sit down and let them get in as well, and then he has his head towards the window. But yeah, you'd need a decent sized vehicle to carry one around. You couldn't have it one in a Mini, for example. And also as well, be aware that they are a guardian breed, so you know, you've always got to be aware of that. So you've got to be a strong, loving leader towards them. You can't let them be in charge of all the situations around you, because they'll soon become something you don't want them to be. And if you've got an aggressive large breed dog, it's an absolute nightmare, I can assure you. So socialization when they're young, you know, when you get a puppy from 8 weeks or 12 weeks, get them in every situation you can. Get them into cafes, shops, take them in the car, go through car wash, go in pets at home, you know, everything you can possibly do with a young dog. And it's any dog really, it's not just a large breed dog. But obviously if you get behaviour issues with the large breed dogs, you're going to get a lot more complaints and a lot more anxious people around as well. So the most important thing you can do is make yourself a good, strong, loving, kind leader towards that dog, and let the dog know that you've got their back all the time, that you're the one watching them, they don't have to watch you. And by doing that, you'll find things really really do work out. They're becoming very popular because obviously the XL Bully ban came in Great Britain and Scotland. So people are turning towards the Cane Corso as their next big status dog, which is a real shame, because they don't need to be that. They can make an awesome pet. They don't need to be a status dog for a gang or a group of people like that. But sadly, they're going to get that reputation, and you know, it worries me down the line whether they're going to go the same way as the XL Bully if things keep carrying on the way they do. But thank the Lord, we're not hearing any cases of Cane Corso attacks or anything like that in this country, so hopefully that will stay that way. There's a dog barking in the background, and there's some lads over by the river bit we've just been to a little while ago, and he's in quite alert there. He's watching, his nose is going, his eyes are going. Having a good look around, aren't you, kid? In my job, I feel incredibly privileged as a dog walker and a trainer to work with all these different breeds. And I've worked with loads of different ones, you know, from cockapoos to chihuahuas to Belgian Malinois to Cane Corsos. And I feel really privileged that I get the opportunity to do that. And I love the fact they've all got different traits. So if you do buy a dog, I hope you can hear me in this wind. If you do think about buying a dog, thoroughly read up on them, because they've all got such different DNA breeding traits that they were designed for. And it's good to know what you're getting into when you get hold of a new dog. So I'm going through the gate first, and I'll let Congo come through. Things like that are tiny little steps to leadership. When you show a dog that you're in front and in charge, it works really well that way. Gonna go across the bridge now. With his weight as well, this bridge bounces a little bit, it's quite funny. Go on in. Good boy. Come on. Beautiful day today. Reminded me of my trip to Scotland, where we had blue skies the whole time we were there. Stunning. Just picking some dandelions for my tortoises. We've got Yoda at home and Grogu, which is my son and daughter-in-law's tortoise. So they love dandelions, tortoises. So just put some of these in my old coffee cup to take home with us. There we go, all done. So I thoroughly enjoyed that walk with Congo on a one-to-one, which is quite a rare thing nowadays, so it's so lovely to do it. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. We've really enjoyed doing it, and like and subscribe if you enjoy the content, and see you on the next one. Thank you, bye.
Once you let the light in, you won't see the beautiful stars shining down from afar. No, I ain't afraid of the dark. I don't mind the rain, bringing life back. We can breathe again when dealing with the pain. No, I don't mind the rain. And ooh, that's the way it goes. Life will teach you what you need to know. And ooh, like a river flows, life will take you where you need to go.